Well, hey everybody, Jonathan Doyle with you once again. Welcome back to the Daily Message. So glad you could make it. Please make sure you've subscribed. Hit that subscribe button. Go and grab yourself a free copy of my book, Bridging the Gap. There is a link here. Hit that link and I'm going to send you chapters of my book, Bridging the Gap. Why is it called Bridging the Gap? I'm glad you asked, because I truly believe a lot of my work in the early years was a fascination with the difference between where we are in life and where we could be, why there's a gap, and how we close the gap. So go grab yourself a free copy. Today we are going to jump into a really interesting quote about dreams. I talked about dreams last week. I think there was a quote from Philip II of Macedon, the father of Alexander the Great, about ambition and dreams. And I'm reading a book at the moment called The Dream Giver, which has been quite interesting. So let's do it. Let's jump into today's quote. Dreams are like letters from God. Isn't it time you answered your mail? Dreams are like letters from God. Isn't it time you answered your mail? Where do you think dreams come from? Why are they so diverse and different? We could get all sociological and psychological and say, well, everybody has different experiences and they're socialized in different historical moments, so therefore they gravitate towards certain desired future outcomes. I'm going, yeah, but that's not very romantic, is it? It doesn't really spark the soul. Why do we want what we want? Why is it that since you were very young, there are certain ideas and possibilities that have been exciting and you've been passionate about, and others that you just couldn't care less about? And so this beautiful quote today, she's reminding us that dreams are like letters from God, but a lot of us do not want to answer the mail. We're not replying. We're just stacking that stuff on our desk and leaving it there. Isn't it time you answered your mail? What are your dreams? Go and check out the book, The Dream Giver. Just jump on Amazon, type in The Dream Giver. I think it's Wilkinson wrote it. It's a good book. It's simple. It's it's really helping me get in touch. Because isn't it true that when you are in touch with what you are most passionate about in life, there's an energy and a joy and an excitement and a beauty that comes into your life. Now, the cynics who hear this would be like, well, some people get to do that, but some don't. If that's true, the first question is, what kind of universe is that? That must be a highly deterministic universe, right? So for some reason that we don't know, some people get to passionately pursue their dreams, live big, expansive lives of contribution, not free from suffering and hardship, but just they go big, they live big, they love big, they contribute big, but then the rest of us don't. How would we explain that, right? We could get all sociological and psychological and say, well, there's all these different reasons. But isn't it true that when you are chasing something you deeply care about, there's an energy and a life that surges into your reality? And wouldn't we all like to live there a little bit longer, spend more time in that space? So look, today's message is simple. I just want to say to you, have dreams died in you? Did you have dreams for many years, things that you were deeply interested in or passionate about, but you decided that you had to be sensible or rational, reasonable? Is there anything in you still that might want to be pursuing something different? So I've been doing this work the last 48 hours after reading that book. I was really quite interested. I was like, well, and I kind of got an answer, and it's doing this. It's getting back on stage after COVID. It's like just meeting people and just having a chance to speak into their lives. I get amped. What's my dream? To liberate people's potential. What's my dream? To liberate people's potential. If I get a chance to unleash someone's potential, I'm as happy, very happy. I was going to say something rude there, an old saying from Texas. I'm not going to say it. So what's your dream? Has it been hidden somewhere? Did you let go of it at some point for whatever reason that seemed reasonable at the time? Could you start to just tamper with it a little bit? Could you start to maybe just read a couple of books about it, or maybe watch something on Netflix about it? Could you just begin to possibly, you don't have to tell the world, but why don't you start opening your mail? What if your dreams and goals aren't irrational, silly, fleeting things, but they're in your heart and in your mind for a reason, that they came from somewhere and they exist for a reason and a purpose? It's a different way of looking at it, isn't it? Life is short, so don't waste too many more days, weeks, months, or years being sensible. Do what you're here to do. Right now, that means subscribing to this channel. Go and grab yourself a free copy of my book, Bridging the Gap. Hit that link in the description. Share this with some people. Leave something in the comments. After you've done all of that, go chase your dreams. My name's Jonathan Doyle. This has been The Daily Message. You and I are going to talk again tomorrow.